What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know. We get it in, but before we get it in, let's get to the intro. Welcome back to the collective clips. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, make sure that you hit it. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun is kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support. I'm humbled by it. So Adam 22ster does it again. This guy will never learn. Well, you know, when you have hatred in your heart for an ethnicity, right? For an ethnicity, race, or however you guys want to spin it. When you have hatred for a group, you're going to fucking take any opportunity and chance to throw a jab, right? Never a hook, homie. You can't throw a hook when you're a hook, right? When you're an L7, but you can definitely throw a jab here and there. You know, we already know that for whatever reason, Adam hates on and hates Lefty Gunplay. Now, when I do my videos on Lefty Gunplay, they're all facts. They're all facts and a little bit of bullshit, right? A little bit of poking at the bear, having a little bit of fun. But at the end of the day, I truly support this dude because he is a brown man trying to make power moves wearing shower shoes. I got to respect it. Can't hate. But Vlad TV sat down with Adam. Conveniently, everybody and their mom has sat down with No Jumper in the podcast ever since Big U's indictment. I mean, these guys haven't even showered yet. They've been in the same clothes. There's dudes in there that I've never, ever seen on No Jumper before that have just been sitting there in the same fucking ropa for 3 or 4 days now, straight. Just won't get up, won't leave. They don't want to miss anything. We've had Vlad pop in. We've had DJ Academics pop in. Shit, we had Joe Biden in a diaper pop in. Everyone's been there, right? Because they all want to sit there and be comadres and talk about and gossip. Gossip about what could have been, what should have been, and what's happening with Big U, Brick Baby, and Loose Cannon. The fact is, we're going to see it all play out in court, and that's just what it is. But I seen a one-on-one interview this morning between Vlad TV, who I actually gained a little bit of respect for. I don't know if Vlad is a fed like people say he is. I think he's just kind of a straight-up dude that asks too many intricate questions. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, right? There's been situations that have popped up and they've been questionable. I've definitely questioned them. But as far as the way Vlad was carrying himself on this interview, respects. Because he defended the Raza and he defended Lefty Gunplay. So anyways, they have a one-on-one conversation. And in this conversation, Lefty Gunplay and the Mexicans come up. Now, we all know Lefty Gunplay is not Mexicano. He's from a Mexican heavy gang. Okay? He grew up around Mexicanos. So, of course, he claims, you know, what he claims. Respects for it, man. I got black homeboys that will put the motherfucking Mexican culture on their back and run with it, right? So I can't hate on no one. You are a product of your environment. You are from where you're from. Let's not get all detailed out. Well, he ain't Mexican. He ain't this. He ain't that. I understand. I understand. Everybody's cut. Nobody's pura. Nobody's 10-5 a key. This is America, homie. It's a melting pot. So you're going to have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But like the real ones say, it's nothing but a G thing, baby. Right? It's nothing but a G thing. And he continues to be the G and indulge in the life. Now, I seen Adam and Vlad have a conversation, and Vlad asked him, who are his top 10 rappers? And, of course, Adam said, oh, well, definitely 10 black men, right? I don't think Adam heard the question right. I don't think he heard 10 top rappers. I think he heard 10 black men he's attracted to. Anyways, right? When asked if there's any Mexicans that he likes, he said Mexicans ain't good rappers. They ain't got nothing on blacks. Okay, and there's definitely no Mexican stars. Then Lefty Gunplay's name popped up. And, of course, we know Adam has animosity because Lefty won't fuck with him no more. He took his toys and he left the sandbox, and he won't go back to Adam's sandbox, and Adam's disgruntled, and he's definitely mad at Lefty Gunplay. So any chance he gets, he takes a jab at Lefty and the Raza. Adam has disrespected the Mexican people, the Raza, for years now. And people let it go. They continue to gloss over the fact that he disrespects people, and then he doubles back and he tries to clean it up. You know, in the midst of saying there aren't no good Mexican rappers, Lefty Gunplay's rapping is vomit, right? and all this. And look, and I'm going to be honest with you. Is Lefty Gunplay the best rapper on the block? No. Zero. Right? Far from it. We know that. Everybody knows that. Is he talented, charismatic? Does he have charisma? That's a fact. He got money. He got more money in his mouth than motherfuckers have in their pocket. And that's just the truth. You know, when you hate a person because of their skin tone or their color, or you take jabs at their people because you don't like you have a personal issue with someone, you're a piece of shit. In the words of John Bravo, you're a piece of shit, right? Because at the end of the day, there's people that don't judge all white men because Adam's a fucking idiot. They don't put the same type of shit on a white man's plate because Adam is a Fed advisor. No one does that. At the end of the day, you're to fucking look at a man and judge him based upon his content of his character, the way he acts around you or towards you. Adam has disrespected the Raza one time too many, and people keep giving him the pass. Well, of course, the brothers ain't tripping. He ain't talking about them. He'll talk about them to the feds, but he won't talk about them to, you know, their people, because he's going to continue to make money off the brow and the back of the black man. It's just the truth. Okay, he brings Mexicans on his podcast with a smile and laughs and plays cool. And then when they leave, he always has something bad to say. There's always something disrespectful to say, if you've noticed, right? When it comes to Adam 22ster, right, the L7ster, I'll say disrespecting Lefty and hating on Lefty has gone too far. Okay, we all know Lefty Gunplay had 4 fucking words on Kendrick Lamar's album. That's 4 more words than anyone else has ever had. Okay, that's 4 words. And Adam continues to paint that narrative. And when he's sitting down with Vlad was defending Lefty. He said, hey, man, that's fucking 4 words on the biggest album in the world right now. Shit, you know how many other rappers wish they had 4 words? Obviously, even if this guy doesn't have the rap talent that everyone thinks he has, this guy definitely has support. He has people behind him. His push is real. And yes, the only way Lefty Gunplay is going to fuck up and mess everything up is if he does it to himself. Of course, Adam said, well, he's a meth head. He keeps trying to bring up the negative, the derogatory, the bullshit when it comes to Lefty. We all know this guy, his only demise is going to be based upon what he does. Now, I did a video the other day where, of course, Soulless from OTR Records said, hey, you're cut off as far as bail. I'm not bailing you out no more. You keep fucking up. And, of course, Lefty went on a podcast with AD and them, and he said he ain't switching up. Nada, homie. He's going to continue to be what he is. You can't, hey, I got to respect it. You can't switch your style up if you don't think you have a problem. Okay? If you think what you're doing is what you do, then continue to do it and keep getting the results you keep getting. Now, if Lefty Gunplay fucks his career up, he did that. No one else. But when you have someone like Adam judging him and clowning him and talking shit about him and Mexicans because you don't like him, come on, bro. Stop it. Give a little bit of respect where respect is due. Stop talking about ain't no Mexicans can rap. They're not talented. I heard what you said. I heard the little jab. I bypassed it real quick because at the end of the day, I'm not a rapper, but I am definitely meant for my people. I'm definitely for all people, realness and facts. And the fact is, this dude, Adam 22, has a dislike for the Mexican community, for the Raza. He let fucking Wes Watson disrespect Mexicans by calling them fat and sloppy and out of shape and laughed it off. He disrespected American Cholo by putting up clips and trying to call him a racist and then went and sat down and invited to his home. It was crazy, man. I know American Cholo is trying to be the bigger man and let bygones be bygones in that situation. I respect it. I got to respect it. You know, I don't like everything about that dude, but I respect a lot of the shit he does do. That's a fact, right? I can't sit here and defend my people and defend the Raza without giving that a motherfucking a mention. But at the same time, he definitely jumps at the fact when it's anything derogatory towards Mexicans or Lefty Gunplay, man, he jumps on that shit quick. He wants everyone to hear his input. And you got to respect Vlad because Vlad was defending Lefty. He was defending Lefty and Adam kept on going almost to the point where it was fucking crazy where he said, Lefty Gunplay, it sounds when he raps like he's rapping to a different instrumental and his raps are straight up vomit. I wouldn't go that far. I've heard some songs that Lefty shot the shit. He was all right. And I've heard some songs that did smell like excretion. Is that what you say? Excrement? It smelled like shit, right? If that's the way you want to say it. The fact is, Adam didn't say that to Lefty's face when he brought him on the podcast. See, you guys gotta rewind a little bit. You know, all of a sudden he's vomit. All of a sudden he's no good. Now, there's a lot of hatred. On Paru, Whack 100 and Adam hated like a motherfucker on Lefty when he got on Kendrick Lamar's album. I didn't hate. I was shocked. I didn't see it coming. That was a full-blown left hook. But at the end of the day, he did that, and all I could do was respect it and say, damn, that motherfucker did that. How? Why? How come? Why come? I don't know come. Right? But one thing I do is Adam knows come, or his old lady does, black come. But I'll say this, and this is a fact, right? When Adam had Lefty Gunplay on his podcast, what was the reason for him bringing him on his podcast in the first place? Because Lefty Gunplay was blowing up. He was popping. He was making noise in the industry. He was definitely being recognized at that time as the face of LA, the world's most famous gangbanger. And of course, Adam's going to jump at any opportunity to bring the next biggest thing up for clicks and views. He's a content creator. It's what he does. I got to respect that point of it. But at the same time, to double back when the guy won't go back on your channel and hate on him and disrespect them, then why the fuck did you have him on there in the first place? And where was that energy? Where were them antennas when you brought the roach on your shit? See, I hate when people do that. I hate when people bring people on their podcast or throw an interview with them or discuss something with them, and then all of a sudden, when it doesn't work out for them or they don't like, the guy says something that they don't agree with, then all of a sudden there are all kinds of poop butts and vomit and they can't rap. And what the fuck was he doing on your podcast in the first place? And why didn't you tell him that to his face instead of sitting there and taking slight disses under your breath? Dudes that do that are cowards. That's a cowardice move. You know, Adam's going to sit there with Vlad TV, and Vlad has done an interview with Lefty. And, you know, there was some speculation there that he was asking some wild questions. There was also some speculation that Lefty wasn't in the best place in his mind state. He looked like he was on Scante. Let's just be real. Now, subsequently, since he's been caught in Texas with an ass full of meth, right, the rumors were pretty much true. Hey, Frankie, where you at? You out there with meth up in your ass, right? So what? If that man wants to get high, that's his prerogative. He could do what he wants to do. You ain't going to see motherfucking Adam or Vlad talking shit about Bobby Brown when he dropped the 8 ball on the Soul Train stage, right? Everybody knows what it is. You know, it's all about drama. It's all about disrespect. And enough is enough. You know, Adam continues to disrespect black men, brown men, especially brown men, and get away with it. And people continue to watch the bullshit as he paints the narrative that Mexicans are not good rappers. You know, and of course, Big Pun, I know he tried to help. Big Pun, Vlad, by mentioning Big Pun, he tried to help. He was like, what about Big Pun? Big Pun was not Mexican. He was Puerto Ricano, right? But at the same time, brown is brown to me. I see what he was doing. And he said, Vlad said his favorite rapper was Be Real. You notice Adam didn't say too much bad about Be Real because he knows Be Real will go see him. Be Real will have to see him. You know, he didn't want to fucking sever that relationship if there's any. He didn't want to cross that bridge. So what did he do? He stoned as the way of the walk his fucking shit out of that conversation and didn't say nothing bad about Be Real. But let's keep it real. When you're talking about Mexicans, you know, why is there always a disrespect dialect, a disrespect tone in your voice, Adam? You know, you don't have to like me. I don't like you. See, if there's a common ground there and we don't like each other, let's keep it about each other. But when you're disrespecting Mexicans as a whole, the Raza as a whole, just because Lefty Gunplay won't go fuck with you no more, you're hurt, bro. Your heart's hurt and your integrity, and you feel hurt because you feel like the 22ster got everybody coming. You can have all the DJ academics you want with this bumpy ass dick. You can have motherfucking Vlad TV up there. We don't know if that motherfucker is an undercover Russian operative, right? You could have some black dudes that I've never seen before, but I guarantee there was at least 3 men in that motherfucking podcast that boned Lena. You can have Poetic Flacco sitting there disrespecting, hating, and talking about working with the feds. Adam, I heard in my own ears, and it's crazy because people will cover it up. Well, he's a civilian. The streets don't work that way. To me, a rat's a rat. I don't give a fuck, right? I don't care about civilian. I don't care about none of that. Look, if someone steals your car, yes, you have every right to call the police and be like, hey, man, for insurance purposes, someone stole my car. I don't know who did it, but my car's missing. MIA, right? But when you're sitting there talking about, oh, yeah, I'll work with the feds, that's what Adam said. Oh, I'll do it. Shit, quit. You know, but you want to sit there and walk through neighborhoods and talk about you're an active Adam and a Viking warlord and your name is good in the streets and you're running around with active gang members and all this, but then sit there and talk about you'll work with the feds? Come on, man. Either you bumped your head or those guys that allowed you to go in their hood bumped their fucking head. That's the truth. Someone who didn't bump his head was Lefty Gunplay, because you got to respect the man. He stuck to his word. When he said, Adam, if you want me to go on your channel, you need to break me off 10 thou out, 10 bands, or I ain't fucking with you, right? Adam said, oh, well, no, we're not trying to do that. The 22 stir with the Billy Western ain't trying to do that. Plus, I'm making a porn that day and I'm playing poker, so I can't do that. So he made up every excuse to not do that because he ain't trying to give Lefty a bag like that. So Lefty, in a real G fashion, cut him off. Never went back on his platform. Now, not to say he won't in the future. If he does, that's a Barbosa move. I'll just say that right now. But he didn't, because he realized, just like every real motherfucker realizes, that you don't need Jumper as a platform to platform off of. You could jump off of any diving board. Guess what? It all goes in the same pool, homie. It all goes in the same pool. Them guys are comadres. They'll sit there and gossip and try to get guys locked up. Dudes that go on that channel, it boggles my mind that you've seen so many people arrested up off that channel. Why would you even take the chance for an opportunity? That ain't even a great opportunity. Again, I'm not hating on the No Jumper podcast. I'm just keeping it fucking real. This is my opinion. I'm not speculating. I'm just saying what it is. You know, the disrespect of the Mexicans, and Vlad was appalled. I can see Vlad felt very uncomfortable the way the conversation was going, because Adam kept talking under his breath, disrespecting Mexicanos, disrespecting Lefty Gunplay. He said, Lefty Gunplay's music is like vomit. Okay, I don't know. That's a crazy comparison. That's straight snake hate. Snake oil hate. That fool hates Lefty to the fullest. And why? What reason does he? How does his life and Lefty's life affect each other? How does his money and Lefty's money affect each other? None of that. Not at all. All because Lefty don't want to fuck with him. That's crazy. There's people that don't like me. I don't dislike them because they don't like me. I just keep it pushing, homie. I'm in my own lane. I'm doing 60 in the fast lane, pedal to the floor, man. But at the same time, I don't care one way or the other. If they pass out tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? Resuscitate them, I guess. I don't know. I'm not. I'm going to push. And I'm sure they feel the same way about me. The thing is, I'm not going to keep there dwelling in the lab 24/7 on someone and disrespecting their name and talking about their vomit. Kind of white man Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles KC shit is that? He could have said, man, his shit is dog shit, homie. His raps are fucking bammer weed. We don't smoke that shit in the SFC. He could have said a gang of things, but instead he said, yeah, his rap is vomit. Man, if you don't stop, the BMX rider came out in him. That's rad. Oh, that guy's gnarly. Yeah, his shit is vomit, right? Anyways, the fact is, Adam continues to disrespect Mexicans. He continues to disrespect Lefty Gunplay. And I know this ain't even newsworthy. This is just me ranting and raving and figuring out a way to fucking clap at fucking Adam, because I don't like him. I don't like he disrespecting me. So every once in a while, we're going to have Clapback Wednesdays, okay? When the gun decides to just say fuck Adam. And we're going to do it like that. But, you know, that Fed channel over there, man, people that continue to support, you know, Adam, obviously when he's in a room and there's no Mexicans around, he sure has a lot to say about the Mexicano people, right? Sure has a lot to say about the Raza. And it's becoming very disrespectful to the point now where motherfuckers is like, he can't hide it no more. He cannot hide it. Okay? And people that support it, if you're the Raza and you support it, I know how you feel. Ah, man, it doesn't affect. So what? He's talking shit. So what? The thing is his influence. He has vast influence over people, over youngsters, people that watch him that don't know no better. And his constant disrespect to Mexicans just ain't cool. You know, it ain't cool. And it fucking boggles my mind he's able to function in the LA area disrespecting Mexicans like that. You know, I thought LA was Mexican top heavy. I just know that when it comes to Adam, he's going to continue to throw jabs as long as he's allowed to. He feels protected. The proof is in the pudding. It's totally obvious. Me, myself, and Dubs have been telling you for a long time. This guy talks shit because he feels protected. It's up to you if you continue to support that. With that being said, I bet you Lefty don't talk about it or discuss it. He don't give a fuck. And so what if Lefty does meth? And so what if Lefty's fucking his own career up? It's his career, his dope, his money, his time. Hey, ultimately, yeah, it's a sad situation to see someone fail. But hey, it doesn't affect you one way or the other. It's not like everyone listens to his rap, especially Adam. He says it's vomit. But he tried to clean it up, though. He said, oh, Mexicans, man, yeah, they're not in my top 10. They're not. And you don't have to be in the top 10. They're not a Mexican in my top 10 either, to be honest with you. Right? But I don't look at it that way. Mexican and black and white. And I don't. It's who's the better rapper? Who raps better? Who I like. Doesn't matter who you like. Matters who I like. Right? Just like your opinion, it matters to you, not to me. We're going to do it like that. Anyways, with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Adam's gone too far? Is this just Adam being Adam? You know what I'm saying? Letting black men fuck his old lady. You know what I'm saying? Disrespecting people, talking to the feds, talking about he'll tell. But he's a civilian. I heard Vato say it doesn't matter, gun. He's a civilian. He could do that. So someone tells on you and they're a civilian, you're just going to let it go because he was a civilian? You're not going to be mad about it or upset? I don't know, man. There's a bunch of active gang members supposedly sitting around a dude who said he'll talk to the feds and has talked to the feds. I don't know. It's Paru. Woo. This motherfucker world's different. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive for what I truly believe in, and that's giving you guys real game, real knowledge you can't get in college, man. Hey, you can't make this shit up. The gun.